Hello, good afternoon, good morning. Thank you for joining us today. Welcome to the last Sendible webinar of the year, not the last one ever. My name is Marcus. I'm one of the customer success managers here. Hopefully you can all hear me and see me okay. Let's say hello to each other in the chat. If there's any issues with my video or audio, please let me know. I've just put a hello in the chat. You should see that pop up and accessible in the bottom right hand side, I believe. So thank you so much for all joining me today. We are going to do a overview of what we've released on the Sendible platform over the last 12 months or so. For those that have joined us, you know that we like to do a bit of an icebreaker before we jump into today's webinar. So today's icebreaker, and please put your answers in the little chat box, is if you could have one ideal Christmas present, it was obviously going to be a Christmas icebreaker today, what would your ideal present be? So put it in the chat. And, you know, you may be aware that we actually are having a bit of a giveaway today, which is part 2 of today's icebreaker. So for everyone that's attended, you may have a chance to win your ideal prize, depending if it's Sendible swag. A new car. I don't think our budget reaches that far, Jody, but hopefully you have someone whose budget does, and we can get you entered. Catherine wants an iPad for content creation. I love that idea, Catherine. You can pass that to your HR department and maybe get that approved. A couple of world peace shout outs, definitely. Linda wants to spend time with family and friends. That's brilliant. Renee wants a cat. That's great as well. And Mary wants a puppy. Oh, so a few animal requests as well. Excellent. Sendible for all my team. Rochelle, thank you so much. Love that answer. I'm going to start to share my screen, and I want you to assist with my next part here. So I'm going to share my screen, and hopefully if my laptop survives, you should see a wheel with all of your names on this wheel. Now, I did my best to capture all of your names before, but I think I'm a few names short. If you do not see your name on this list, please put your name in the chat. I'll get you added to this list, and then we can pick a winner for today's prize. Okay, so bear with me, and I'll just make sure that everyone is entered, and we can pick a winner. And if we get very lucky, I might pick 2. So let's see, who have I missed? I know there's definitely a couple of names not on the wheel here. Yep, Eric, thank you very much. You are now on the wheel. It's like a bit of a game show. Let's go for Dil Sar here. You are now on the wheel, Dil Sar. Mary, are you not on the wheel? Did I not get you on this wheel? Are you on the wheel, Mary? That's great. Okay. All right. Are we ready? Oh, you might be there as Mary and as Beth. Okay. Let's keep it fair. Let's remove Beth. Thank you, Mary. I appreciate the honesty. Oh, that's fantastic. What a great little bunch that we've got. Oh, Heather. Sorry, because I have my colleague Heather in the chat, I got you confused. But Heather, you are now here. The other Heather in the chat does not qualify. Excellent. Are we all, Chrissy? Okay, excellent. I love it. Okay, Francois, you are at the top of my list. Perfect. Beth is there. Okay, are we ready? Let's spin the wheel at least once. And if I get approval in the background, I might spin it at the end again. Okay. All right, let's go ahead. Click to spin. Can I click here? Okay, this is exciting. There we go. All right, so the end of year Sendible winner is, sorry, Catherine, but it looks like Philip is the winner. I'm not sure if you can hear the round of applause on the background here, but Philip, you are winner number 1. Okay, fantastic. How exciting was that? Let's now switch over to our dashboard. And let's take a look at what we've been releasing over the last 12 months. So we've had a good year. Hopefully you guys have felt it too in our features. So in Q1 this year, round of applause, Philip. I think everyone in the chat is very happy for you. Can't remember your ideal Christmas gift, but I will double check above. Okay, Q1, what did we get up to? We had a couple of releases. The first release we saw in Q1 was the ability to send stories to your Facebook pages. So historically, when you selected your Facebook post and uploaded some media, you could only post as a general post or as a video. Since February this year, we are now enable you to create stories. So across Facebook and Instagram, you've got the ability to create your stories, which is hopefully really cool. And, in good time as well. Facebook definitely made us wait to get our hands on that. So hopefully you guys were excited to see it earlier this year. Also, this year, we updated our stats across our Facebook reports. So if I jump into the reports hub and on our Facebook templates, let's get a profile with a little bit more data here. Facebook changed the way that they shared the data with us. So we did have to remove a few metrics, but at the same time, we brought a few metrics to you, which hopefully you're finding useful. And that's some metrics regarding the video stats. So if we scroll down our report, we've got a new report module called Page Video Views, where you can see how your videos have been performing over their lifetime. And if you've published any videos within this date range, you can also get a new module called Video Posts, which will give you a post and some important metrics like your views, impressions, watch time, and engagement. So a couple of cool features that we had in Q1 for Facebook stories and the update to our Facebook reports. And hopefully we'll get more updates to our reporting in 2025. Some exciting news coming towards the end of today's session as well. Also, I did forget to mention, if anyone has questions regarding any of our new releases, anything you'd like to see in the future, please use the questions tab, which is next to the chat, where you can ask a question. So I'll just prompt you along here. Questions go here. So do feel free to please ask any questions in here, and I'll do my best to save some time towards the end to answer questions. Okay, so moving into Q2, there was a couple of features that we released. A cool feature was to be able to, when posting to your LinkedIn profiles, we've updated our video editor to allow you to select a video thumbnail specifically for LinkedIn. Well, LinkedIn was added to the supported networks. So for example, if I go ahead and insert a video, let's give it a second to load in here. Wait another second here. There we go. At the bottom of your video editor, where you're able to select a thumbnail, one of our newly introduced supported networks is now LinkedIn. So that was one of our early Q2 releases, is to be able to allow you to select a video frame for your videos published to LinkedIn, along with Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, which were already supported. We recognize there's a demand to also upload a custom image when using videos, and that's something the team are considering, and please stay tuned for more updates in that area. Okay, what also happened in Q2, we introduced, let's keep this, we introduced our AI bot. So this is now global and available to all users. So it doesn't matter which plan you're on, you should all have access to the AI assist available in your compose box. Okay, so you can use the AI assist to generate posts, add hashtags, create different tones for different audiences, and so on and so on. So I could ask the AI assist to wish my team a Merry Christmas, for example. Okay, and I can select a preset audience, or I could type in my own custom audience if I want to as well. Okay, and you can select a tone as well. The tones are set. You can't ask for a custom tone like you can with the audience, but let's go for a funny tone. Okay, so you can get a few ideas on what type of content to add to your compose box, and you can simply get this added. And then within each specific tab, so you might have LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, etc. You can go into each tab, hit the AI assist again, and maybe customize for LinkedIn specifically, or maybe add some hashtags to go along with the content. Okay, so we can go in, we can customize for LinkedIn and see if we have a different version rather than the one that we originally started with. So lots to sort of play around with the AI. You've got options to rephrase, check the spelling and grammar, make the content larger or shorter as well. So that was a really big release. And as mentioned a few months ago, we made it available to all users. So hopefully you're getting good usage out of the AI assist. Okay, moving on to Q3 and into the summertime. Our first major release was campaigns. So we were listening to your feedback. A lot of people were asking, we want to create content and sort of have that content under one category so we can view how that campaign is doing and also report on all posts that were published that were associated to a single campaign. So we listened, we delivered, and under your publish menu, you've now got campaigns. So here's an example of a Christmas campaign that I've got running, but you can create new campaigns which will be available in the dashboard that you've created the campaign. You can give a campaign name, a color, and a date range if you want your campaign to be available for a set range. Once you have a campaign, it will show here, and you've got yourself a campaign dashboard here. Within this dashboard, you can get an overview of how your campaign is doing, how many posts you've published to that campaign, how many posts are scheduled, drafted, queued, etc. Any sort of approval statuses are shown as well. Okay, so this has been sort of really important launch for us. And what complements the campaign dashboard is the campaign report. So there's another additional reporting template that we've got for you, which will allow you to report on all of the posts that you've published for this specific campaign. Now, bear with me, I only publish to my test account, so I don't have as much traction and engagement as I imagine you guys will. But here's an overview of what our campaign report looks like. Okay, excellent. Now, when you've created a campaign, as mentioned, this campaign will be available in the dashboard that it's created in. When you are composing a post, you will now have the ability to select a campaign when creating your content. Okay, and anything that you've published or draft or queued with that campaign will be available throughout the dashboard as well. So if I take a look at my sent post or my scheduled or drafted, we can go to scheduled. You can see this is my scheduled post. The campaign tag is on display. And I could also filter by campaigns as well. So if there was different campaigns amongst your sent, scheduled posts, etc., then that new filter is available from your calendar and all throughout the sections as well within publish. So scheduled, sent, draft, etc. Okay, so hopefully you guys are using campaigns and organizing your posts for those campaigns. And as I said, the benefit is to then be able to view a report that's specifically looking at that campaign across multiple different networks. All right, excellent. Also in the summertime, we did a small update to queues. So for those that are familiar, queues are like timetables that you can build and add your content to a queue rather than a schedule. What we've allowed users to do now is to actually pause their queues. So if you've got content in a queue and you don't want to sort of delete the content, you just want to sort of delay that posting, you can simply select the queue that you want to pause. And then at the top, hit the pause button and you'll see that the queue on the right-hand side is now in a paused status where you can return at any time and simply resume that queue. Okay, so there's a small benefit for you guys there that are managing queues. All right, excellent. Let's talk about what we have coming up for the near future. So if I move over past the wheel, we should get over here. So a few exciting things to look forward to. We was hoping to get the TikTok insights delivered in December, but as things can be sometimes, there's pushbacks. But TikTok insights is going to be introduced early in the new year. So we are working for a January date where we can hope to see within the Reports Hub another new reporting template. So on top of campaigns, you will also be able to easily report and have a nice TikTok template where you can do your reporting. Okay, once we've released TikTok, we're going to be able to introduce 2 new networks, which is really exciting news. The first will be Threads in February. And we hope to have that closely followed by Blue Sky before the end of Q1. So some exciting new features, new networks to look forward to as we enter the new year. Okay, let's see if there's any questions in the questions tab here. We've got one from Josh here. Are there any plans to include social listening in the future? That's a tricky question. It's something that we used to support, but Twitter X changed their API and what is accessible. We are in conversations with Twitter, so there may be a chance of that happening in the future, Josh, but it's not something that I can confirm at the moment. The conversations are sort of currently taking place. Okay. Let's see if there's any other questions or anything else in the chat. Oh, just Josh saying thumbs up. Perfect. Any other questions from the features that we've looked at today, features that you want to see in the future, obviously minus what I've introduced here on screen? Let's have a look here. So we've got a question from Valerie. On what projects is the best time to use the queue? That's a good question. So it is really up to you and your clients. Queues, as I mentioned, allow you to create your own custom timetable. So some people used to use this as a way of publishing campaigns, that campaigns should go live at a set time every day throughout the week. So the queue does allow you to create a queue. So let's have the daily special, for example, and then you can go through Monday to Sunday and decide what time slot should be available for this queue. So if we have sort of 8:30 on a Monday and a bit of a random time on a Friday, then we've created a new queue that has 2 time slots available, one on a Monday, one on a Friday. But you can customize that as you feel fit. You could have multiple times on a Monday and just keep it as that, or just one time slot one day of the week. So how you manage queues is completely up to you. It's just to give you an alternative way of posting, as opposed to publishing to a schedule where you can plan sort of weeks and weeks, months ahead. The alternative way is to publish to a queue where you can see your queues here. You can access the settings for each queue, and then you will know when you add a post to this specific queue, the next available time slot is tomorrow morning. So that's the idea of queues. Some people use it. I see it mainly used when people have like a catalog of maybe cars or restaurant menus, and they will continually publish their items to the queue. And then once an item needs to be removed, they can go into their queue and, you know, remove an item that's potentially sold. If something takes priority, they can move the item up the queue to make sure it takes the next available slot. So I'm not sure if that answered your question exactly, Valerie, but just to give you a few ideas of what you can do with queues and how I've seen them used by the accounts that I manage. Oh, one other thing before I forget, actually, is we've also introduced a new way for you to get in touch with us. So if you're on, I think, the creator or the traction plan, when you click on your resource center, you'll see an item called expert hours. And what that will allow you to do, hopefully if you're not sick of me already, is you can book time with me and my colleague on the first and third Tuesday of every month. You'll have this available in your resource center where you can pick a time and date. So I know the January slots are already live and available. So if there's ever time where you or your team wants to sit down with me or my colleague Anne and have your own private Q&A, then please do feel free to select a date and you can meet with us at least twice a month. Okay, fantastic. I don't see any new questions or anything new in the chat. So what we'll do, as we had so much fun the first time, let's return to the wheel, shall we? Now, we will have to remove our winner because knowing me, it's going to pick the same winner again. So Philip, did I remove you from this list? Are you still here? No, you're still right. So we can't have Philip winning twice, but we will get in touch with the winners and make sure that we can organize your gift to be sent. So let's spin the wheel for the last time this year. Are we still excited? Is the hype still here? Let me know in the chat. Josh is hyped. Excellent. And Valerie, one of our people that asked the question, you get the prize. It must be for that engagement. Do you see that, Valerie? That's excellent. Excellent. All right. I don't think I can spin the wheel any more times. I may not have a job if I do so. So I'm going to leave it as having two winners, Philip and Valerie. Congratulations to you both. My marketing team will be in touch to get your details, maybe your size, could be a mug, could be a pad, could be a new car, but it's very unlikely. But I do want to thank everyone for joining the webinars this year. Please do look out for what we have planned in the new year. Hopefully you're excited for our new features that we've spoke about. And as I mentioned, hopefully you're getting a lot of, engagement and enjoyment from what we've released already. And if you haven't, hopefully you will do after this session. All right, excellent. So before I get emotional, I wish you all a Merry Christmas. Enjoy the festive season. And I look forward to seeing you all again in the new year. Thank you so much. Take care.